Furia are going to try and set something up with a mid peak here. Somehow I've managed to get the broadcast that has no casting on it, so we'll try and fix that in a sec. But for now, Vitality just holding on, repelling one of the players that went super deep. Havoc went for a flash through the wall. A nice reaction here from Safe. Safe against MW. Safe doesn't need to take this fight, and I like the fact that he's waiting. In a 5v3, you're expecting most of the defenders to be here. Now that you've waited a little bit, and Safe's the person that's shown presence. MW is going to info peek, though. Risky peek for MW. And that gets turned into a pull, which is a weird one, I think. Honestly, a stun would be easier to follow up on, as far as I'm aware. MW is still trying to take risks, seeing if he can make something happen for his team. But Runner ends up taking a couple out, and now you've got a 4v1 that shouldn't really be winnable for Khalil. Let me see if I can find the link with the casting on it. I like listening to the casting while we co-stream. Now they're coming over. They're worried that MW's still pushed down elbow. They're going to triple face it and try to clear out over towards B, and then they flash deeper into elbow. So they're like, okay, thank God, MW0 isn't here. But we've made a lot of noise on B, so let's go over to A, because they're probably coming to rotate to B right now. Meanwhile, Furia not moving an inch away from their gamble stack on A. So this could still be really dangerous for Vitality.
30 seconds left.
This could get really bad here, actually. The wall's going to go down as well. Uh-oh. It's Jova. They ran into the gamble stack. We've got some vibey Convergence music in the background as well. Yeah, they ran into the gamble stack after they'd done a fairly decent default at the beginning of the round. But the only person they had info on was MW. They didn't see him over towards B, and they decided to rotate away from B into A, which is where everybody from Furia had decided to stack. And they got owned. The 0 point turned off Destrian's Viper Wall as well. It's really difficult to win the round at that point. He knows about scrims. If you're basing who's going to come top 4 in some off-season scrims, that's cap as well. Okay, the punish on MW, trying to go for something aggressive. That gives a different flair to this round. If you ever want to go back over to A, they can use this cam to re-clear the area. And the Cypher ult. The cam ends up getting broken, though. How do they break this? They've got trips to worry about. Destrian just playing to contain over towards main. How do they flush out Conan and Khalil? They try to fight Destrian. Oh, really nice timing, actually, on kicks and safe. Destrian there just playing patiently, which I love. I feel like Destrian often looks like he's doing nothing, but in that round, it's really important to do nothing, because if you walk in and die, suddenly the defenders of the site don't have to worry about B main at all. The KO disconnected? Oh, fuck, I didn't even realize. This might be a little unexpected. Safe's controlling A main at the start of these rounds by putting down a cam in the corner, caging here, and sometimes leaving the cam as, like, information later on in the round. Safe's gonna hear this. Safe's got to be worried a little bit about a KO flash peak. So if Safe tries to get a bit aggro to try to swing MW... Ooh! Yeah, Safe must have been caught by that. He did. Right, so MW knows he's there. So now it's just MW versus Safe. And look, Safe is worried about the flash. Safe is playing anti-flash. But it's such a stuck position for Safe. Because either he tries to fight aggressively and he maybe gets caught by a KO flash, or he tries to tuck in the corner and he just gets slowly cleared by the op. So, tough for him to play that. You probably just need to keep your gun out and hope that you can turn the KO flash. Or call for a teammate, or try to cage yourself out, or call for an Astro Smoke. Actually, now that I think about it, plenty of things that you could do in that situation.
Double kill for him.
Runner ran into the
There on the push from Vitality.
trip as well.
Left alone with the operator.
Dropped his operator over to sender.
Leave it, there's not much money left.
And well, Khalil proves its effectiveness then and there.
No Sova just seems so bad.
We are about to run out again. The
I think it's quite difficult to make double smokes compositions work with the Cypher because you end up only having one initiator. Yeah, I think it's tough. A lot of the teams that are running double smokes are running double initiator, no Cypher. Oh, the dog allows runner to be able to capitalize even though it takes down the Viper wall. Good Astra smoke from sender to allow his teams to still... Oh, good shot as well from runner.
To react on that shot.
Oh, nice stun too on MW. Great Astra utility from sender, just AFK in mid on the lurk.
2 players remaining. They want to go
There is no reason necessarily for them to be fighting this, but it is an eco round, so
Go in aggressively kicks.
I guess it's not that bad.
But there's so many players around him. There's not much space to work with Khalil.
Just trying to fight the deepest lines possible so that Furia aren't given enough opportunity for the retake. I like that round from Vitality. They actually got value out of the Astra utility, which I don't think I've seen them get a good round out of the Astra utility the whole match against Global Havoc.
Furia, how do you predict that? Luckily, they have money in the bank.
Operator's still there for MW.
They're going to continue
Fast A.
to for them, and that's going to be that fast control over to A.
Dashing in. The knife turns off the Viper wall again. Destrian probably needs to be playing away from that knife. Runner with some good movement there to be able to kill Havoc. Oh, has to be worried. Oh, did 42 damage to him. Kicks has the heal though. And this is where Sender's pull might... Oh, Sender doesn't have any spot. I assume Sender's got some pullbacks. Yeah, he's got 2 pullbacks. So, Sender, if he can hold this, no. Otherwise, would have had a pull for the post plant. And now it's a 3v3 where you don't have any post plant utility. You have a... Yeah, I mean... They have an orb. And 1 snake bite. The trip to try to clear out bricks. Cool idea. Yeah, no tap on the spike at all here for Furia to actually fight. You really see the problem with MW AWPing there on the retake. They weren't really able to get deep after it got knocked down into a 2v3. MW just really couldn't help that much. He wanted to try to keep the AWP alive, so he wasn't willing to take the risk to go forwards. And at that point, the round is over, right? If your operator's already saving, so it's essentially a 1v3, it's over. He said runner clears Durka and Durka's a fraud. So, 3 stars, a stun close, a pull towards the back, and a smoke over at tunnel. But they're not able to follow up on any of it because of the Sova ult. So they haven't put any pressure here into backside. And all of these players are flooding through. That Sova ult was fantastic from Conan. And Khalil just stayed alive. And because they didn't deal with Khalil, he, as a distraction, just by staying alive, allows the rest of Furia to try to flood in through tunnel or arches.
Hiding out. Vitality got to work together because there's a wraparound behind them, a backstab perhaps.
1 enemy remaining.
With that, Destrian will drop
seconds
kicks.
left.
He's been able to pivot to the back of the site. But against 4, honestly, there's not much to do. 20 seconds and Ilias finds
This is, so
just like that. Furia.
what you'd really like to see is Vitality pathing forwards across the site like this instead of having to go this way. But they want to follow the Astra utility, and they're probably worried about kill trips on site. And when you don't have the KO in the composition, you can't rely on the knife to turn off the Cypher. You don't ever have an ult that you can use to have an easy hit onto B or A, wherever the Cypher's playing. Using the dog and using the Astra stuns and pulls, and having runner go really far ahead of the rest of the team is probably the best way of execing on B. But obviously there, if runner dies, the whole exec is fucked. So there's a lot of pressure on runner in those situations. That time they were just a bit too timid with it, I think. This way, fast up mid, through elbow, deep elbow control at the start of the round, not giving MW a chance to do anything on the other side. Nice snake bite from Destrian. Conan did get a tag there onto somebody. But all of these players are in decent spots. Look how fast this flank is coming through, though. This flank looks lovely from MW. MW is going to be able to get on this line fairly early on as the rest of his team is creating pressure. He's slow because he's worried about Sender being in that spot, but he might catch Sender. He does. So now MW's caught the player. Safe's got caught trying to clear out MW's position. This is what I said before. The solo Viper compositions, they retake by trying to take control of this area of the map early. It's so important. The pit, though, might allow Vitality to win this. All right, nice try by both teams. But yeah, the exec into B on the B split was quite nice from Vitality, and then they have the pit to be able to win it in the post. But that is close. And there are now so many players over towards B. Now they know that MW's here. This could be a cancel, to be honest, from Vitality. It is. Okay, so as soon as they realize that the Sova, Cypher, and Jet are there, they're going to cancel and try to pivot elsewhere. No, they're not. They're going to fake the cancel and walk up behind the enemy Viper wall. What a sick call. What a sick call from Vitality. I don't think Safe needs to fight this, though. If anything, he needs to get out. And he does. Great mid-round. Great audible call there from, I don't know, Sender or Safe. It was Safe that took the timing, so I'm going to give Safe the credit, I guess. But so this is where the pull on the spike could end up being really important. Sender does not need to fight this. Sender, in fact... No. Sender just has a pull on the spike. He could just have some trigger discipline there and walk up behind these guys, and I think the round would be over. It should still be over, because they have post-plant utility, including the pull. The pull hasn't even had to be used. Now Sender can use the pull. And now they need to wait for the next tap. There isn't any time. There's the value of the Astra. They're actually managing to make the Astra look pretty decent this time, unlike the game against Global. That is a fantastic audible and good post-plant from Vitality. Hey, the better teams are Fnatic and Vitality, and Safe couldn't have gone to either of those. So Fnatic and Na'Vi, sorry. Alright, so MW does find value at the beginning of the round just by getting onto that same angle, the high ground. Liassi dies, but they're trying to just run through. Why are they so determined to like muscle their way into the site on an anti-eco there? They're going through a KO nade and they're going through a Viper Orb and a Viper Snakebite. You can just chill. You got the pick. Just vibe in a 4v4. Oh, God. I think they were trying to leave there, and now they're committed to bricks. Okay, Havoc dies, though. And Safe is... Oh, he was being watched by Conan, but he's actually found the angle in. Safe has managed to wiggle his way into a really nice spot. Okay. A little bit of luck involved there with how Safe got into the angle so cleanly, because Conan was watching that, and then he just took a timing to watch something else, and Safe snuck in and just happened to find the same timing as when Conan wasn't watching it. So you've got an A-split attempt here where they can dog into sight. So it's a nice positioning from Kicks, I think, if he's planning to... No, he's not. He's moved too far forwards now. He's just going to have to use a flash or something. I thought he was going to try and dog into mid with Sender watching his back. Wow! What a set little idea from Vitality. The lineup Snakebite from main to land yellow, and then the updraft with the shorty to get the kill on the guy playing yellow. Oh, and what another kill by Runner on MW, who had a nice look. Oh my God, Vitality actually showing us some solid ideas on Breeze. And they weren't really able to do this against Global because Global were always taking control of the tempo, and I thought that's what Fury would end up doing as well. But after pushing a lot at the beginning of the half, they ended up slowing things down a ton. And it just gave Vitality the time to set up these set strats. That was lovely. So, Safe's going to go for an early cam here, which sees all the way down A main, so he can get that info without giving away his life. Destrian gets turned off, and Runner just spams onto MW. What? Using the... I mean, I'm not sure there because of the Viper Orb. Was he using his Sheriff to spam through bricks? Or was MW planting out in the open? I mean, this looks over for Furia. Khalil even missing that shot. Oh, I mean, Havoc's got no chance here. Lovely play between Kicks and Safe. Great movement, great baiting with a couple of shoulder peeks before they decided to wide swing, making it almost impossible. Now, this time they're giving him some, but they slow things down once it gets from a 1v5 to a 1v3. Yeah, Safe has played everything, man. Safe has played a bunch of Sentinel. Safe has played a bunch of Initiator. Safe has played a bunch of Duelist. He can actually play everything.
With no utility, but he still grabs around and wins
30
Fury
seconds
the half
left.
and the match. I see it. Let's see. Gets one, but no. We're not living in a
This is the
fairy tale
source.
this time around. It's Vitality.
A tweet from Safe. Funny thing is, our audio was chopping. We couldn't hear each other always, but decided to play either way. Yeah, not bad, not bad. What's up, Demonic Wizard? How's it going? Alright, so they've inserted MW into a pretty dangerous spot. And he did have an opportunity onto Safe. Safe has missed this timing. So now MW knows that he's got a good timing. However, there are so many people that he's about to face into. I don't think he saw the sky. The fact that he pulled out his knife, I just don't think he saw the sky. He knew that there were more people, but I think he thought they were on the left. I don't know. That looked like he was not thinking at all about dealing with Kicks. Lineups. I don't like the lineups. Oh my god, the lineups have won the round. Unbelievable. That's 2 times in a row now Vitality have won pistol and lost the anti-eco. The lineups ended up winning it. God damn. Alright, this time Destrian and Safe are going to try and push out B. The dog is going to spot a few players. Yeah, the dog spots at least 2 players in main. Safe has a deep cam. So now Safe's going to try and look for the lurker in mid. Runner catches them. They don't realize that there's a mid split happening here. Vitality completely overlooked the fact that double doors could have been compromised. Good kill from Safe. Safe's very quick to backfill this position, but they're still in a 3v4. That's a lot of damage onto center from the KO nade. Oh, good double swing. Vitality got completely caught out, though, here by the fact that Furia had taken a little bit of mid-control and set up for an A split. I think they thought it was all going to be coming through A main. Oh, God, Sender's not going to survive here. Wow. I mean, really safe, passive play in this round from Furia. They're waiting for Vitality to do something aggressive. Now it gets to about the minute mark, you would expect to start see them moving forwards. And Khalil just swinging out to destroy Destria. Safe is here to try and help. Both of these guys have been turned off in backside. Kicks should get naded out of that corner. Yeah, good combo as well. Comboing the snakebite with the KO nade there to kill Kicks in the corner. This is a strange decision by Furia. I would have thought they'd want to play... Oh my god, the accidental kill on Havoc. I would have thought they'd want to play deeper lanes instead of sitting inside their pick. Get off the MW cam! Show me the round!
a different perspective. He's coming from the side, but runner with 1. 2 against 2. Sender back into the fight. Very influential, and he's upgraded to a Vandal. But within that Viper, he's got to find the right timing, and Elias is there. And you see
Wow,
with the
that
final
one was
hit,
close.
Furia
That one was
securing,
close.
albeit the struggle.
I would have expected them not to use the Viper's Pit there because they had a player advantage and economy advantage. And I think it's better for them to play the deeper lines over towards A when they have the better rifles. But I'm also not expecting Havoc to randomly die inside the pit at somebody spamming Conan. So the double kill there from Sender, I think it was yeah, an unfortunate occurrence for Furia. Could have made a difference. So they didn't really get too much value out of the op that round. They just played a slow default for the first 40 seconds, baited out a piece of aggression from Destrian over towards B, which they punished, and ended in an A exec. So a pretty passive round that we just saw with MW on the attack side up. But I think that's because Vitality were eco. So now that Vitality have weapons in their hands and you're coming out of a timeout, what does Furia go for? Do they want to try to get a Viper Orb into Nest and have MW use his operator to pick into double doors? Or something like that? Fight it. And they do that by having Liazi jump up and fight it, and then MW go for the same thing. So this is what I expected them to do. Use the op to try and pick towards double doors, but Runner's aware of it, holds for MW. I think he heard him drop in mid. He was very ready for that. Sender also just spams into his own smoke and picks off Conan. This round's over. It should just be a save, I think. Maybe they don't need to, because their economy is still pretty good, apart from Khalil. So they could try and fight this. See if they can do damage to the Vitality economy. But they're not going to get anything done. It's over. This time, though, they are actually going to fight double doors. They're taking mid, deeper mid. God, look how fast Vitality are to try to adapt to this. Nice shoulder peaks.
It really feels like these two are having a fight of their own.
I like this round from Furia. They send a recon dart over here at the beginning to control double doors along with the cloud burst. They path up to take full mid control. They still have the Sova around here in case somebody tried to push out A for information as a reaction. And they have a trip over here as well. Runner could win this round though. He's waiting to play off Kick's contact. That's a nice recon dart. Bounce recon from Conan in A main. Runner's lost control of this whole area, but hits a nice shot and Sender's tuck bricks. Nice defense by Vitality, rather than the hero plays. Runner is very disciplined with how he's playing these situations. He doesn't want to just take the hero play. He's waiting for his teammates, trying to maximize the crossfires. Oh, and MW just gets spammed as they try to go through. That smoke is kind of nasty from Sender. With how big the Astra smoke is, a little one-way there doesn't... Yeah, I mean, it does end up being a one-way, but it's also just an obnoxious smoke. Oh, and Liazi can't even punish Kicks for getting inside the dog. Was there a delay or something? Yeah, there's been tech delays all the time in this tournament. What do we think about these two teams' performances so far? I thought Fury would do a lot better on Breeze than they have been. Normally, MW goes nutty crazy on this map. And it felt like he was getting into that at the beginning of the map on defense. And then he ended up having to play a bit more passively on site because Vitality increased the pace and would do more site execs. And it just kind of neutralized him. They started running away from him. They had some really nice splits into sites where MW couldn't do anything. And now on the defense side, they're not really being able to get into good post plants recently. Vitality's defense has been a lot of very good crossfires. And there's the kill trip. Safe has been swapping trips all over the place. Oh my god, what is this peak? More good, not so much crossfires in that situation though, but team play from Vitality. Apart from Sender's swing, everybody else was having some kind of crossfire or double face. Even the player that was fighting there from a spam box was getting supported by somebody from double door. Oh, it's so good! It's so fucking good! The team play from Vitality is making me... It's making me... Dude, it's so nice! And this is a new team. Without really any pre-existing... Well, I guess they do have some level of a pre-existing core, but not a deep one. It's just Estrian and Sender. Please don't on stream. No, I have to Alright, let's get into it. I hope that Furia win this because I want to see them play on Ascent. It's still Sender and Destrian playing the smokes, but they've actually swapped around the roles, which is weird. Destrian's now playing Omen and Sender's playing the Viper. Vitality are pushing up so deep. Oh, they've just rolled them. Oh, they've absolutely rolled them. I don't think Furia were expecting that many people to be over there, but that was dangerous for both teams. I think whoever hit the shots there was probably going to end up winning the round, as silly as that sounds. Alright, Sender is anchoring A with the judge over here. They're trying to break the turret. The turret's inside the smoke. They couldn't even see the turret because of their own Omen smoke. And now they're going to try and crunch Mound, but they just get whacked. They get absolutely whacked trying to get through the smoke, trying to open the door. That round was over super quickly. Just to look back at what they actually did here, this paranoia looks terrible from Destrian. I mean, this barely catches anyone at any point. They've missed the timing on it. Liazzi's already passed. Like, that looks awful. One way. Destrian's going to try and hold the one way a little bit, but he's holding it from the high ground. Oh. A little bit dodgy there. Destrian leaves and plays Runner in. Oh, Runner's going to leave and try to just play his ult instead.
Will it just be one, though? Havoc, he is really trying to find the straight here, Pavlos.
Destrian goes for a repeat and it's together with Runner, and again they're successful.
The teamwork there from Destrian and Runner, Pavlos. This has been amazing on C now. It falls to Khalil to try and trade it out.
Safe's turret was just holding that contact over here. So now Safe has to watch it. Did the dog see Conan? Should have done. Oh, Safe's getting pressured now. Oh, but Conan fights it instead of trying to get somebody to come back through B main. Alright, well, Conan was just worried about being stuck, I guess, because of the dog. And this round is over as well. They're re-clearing B with the paranoia, leaving C for retake. Destrian again looking like a bit of a weak point on this map. A bit like when we saw them play Breeze for the first time. He's just used the paranoia to help his team fully re-clear the B site because Safe was worried about it. And then he's not in position to anchor C and gets caught out. I think there's better ways of playing that. Should still be fine, though, in the 4v2. Wow, they're going to showstopper. And Runner doesn't check this back corner. That actually got quite a bit closer than I think Vitality would have liked.
Yeah, they're going to take a break after this, I believe, but on the 1st of January, they're back. Literally, new year, new team.
Wow, Khalil kills 2 trying to re-explore through B.
Just casually as that.
Alarm bot popped. Safe. Oh, he gets caught. Both snake bites used there by Conan.
Well, on the topic of 4 versus 2s, Vav, last year,
Oh, wow. These rounds are
let's see if Furia can find
just
a
getting
success. Destrian on a bit of flank, but it seems to get
solved in the first, like, 20 seconds.
by having
We're getting these long, drawn-out situations at the end where there's a massive player advantage, like a 5v2, 4v2 kind of thing. But most of the time, the rounds are over really early. That time, 2 people, I think, just walked into Khalil. I think they were trying to go for a B re-clear because there was C pressure,
Always a team that would
and they got caught being active.
nevertheless, but I think for them, value means
Yeah, map 1 was won by Vitality. Yeah.
odds not.
Is Safe still goated? Yeah, he's playing really well.
Like the previous map, wanting it to keep a close
He's
ball, they got the
not able to get as much impact, I think, from the Sentinel position as when he was playing Duelist. I thought he was going to be playing Initiator, which is why I was excited about him moving off Duelist. He's still very, very good, but he just can't influence the rounds as much. I think he's playing really well.
of these corners knowing that they have to clear it all.
Dog into the Showstopper.
Comes in, not good for
But the Showstopper was quite early. They could have allowed the dog to gather more information before they ulted.
wait for this at all, because the Vitality players
Khalil has a post-plant ability to lock down.
first kill goes his way. Furia might be in trouble.
So here it comes. Can they fight this? MW doesn't... sorry, not MW. Runner doesn't have nade, so I don't think they can fight this. They're going to try, though. They're going to try. Oh, Runner. They got the half, and they broke the lockdown, but at the cost of 3 players. But this has been halved. It is possible.
Not making this easy. Touch on the spike again, but it doesn't need much. Crowley well, stopping it.
Nah, not possible. MW with the ace. God damn.
HP remaining, but he can be very hard to fix at a young age. I say young in terms of esports career there.
Right, Safe has his ultimate online, so they can play some kind of like retake C setup with that. They're going to play Anchor at the beginning, but they can, if needed, go back. All right, similar kind of setup. They Showstopper with the dog. Dude, MW's so deep on these ults. He's so far in front of the dog, and he keeps catching people out with it. They expect the dog to be before the ult, and he's just like, nah. Oh, and Runner doesn't clear the close corner with the ult, so now they don't even have the ability to get back in. Oh, Kicks, though. Kicks is getting flanked. Kicks should die here. Oh, my God. Liazzi. Whoa, that was a bit dodgy. And now Destrian. Forcing out the pull, but that forces him out of the smoke as well. No, unfortunately, the Carmen Core versus Heretics thing today is just a BO1. So Runner's going to try and fight early B main, but he doesn't have an op. Safe gets picked by the op on C. And this just doesn't look like a good B hold. So Conan's one away from his ult, if they took this orb or if they let him get the plant. Sender can defend tree. Snakebite. And now they're going to take A, pivot into B. Runner still has the nade. Okay, so nade, and they swing.
Good outage. Runner goes in for more, but can't quite pick the second, and that was necessary. And with 30 seconds,
I like the rough idea of what they're going for, but the execution looks messy from Vitality. They're not swinging together. The nade didn't really stop anyone from getting into the site. The nade was just out in the open a little. They didn't double swing through the smokes. It looks like they're really struggling to defend B. And they found a site that Vitality are really struggling to defend. Ooh, he gets the weapon. Very, very opportunistic there for Destrian. Havoc could easily die to that snakebite. Destrian ults into spawn and fakes it. So, this is going to bait them into going back to the Omen. And Destrian kills 2. Oh my God, I was so wrong. They actually got the Thrifty off the back of Destrian. Holy shit. He gets a kill with the Stinger, immediately upgrades to the Vandal, fake Omen ults, and then cancels it. makes them pivot back into the Vandal, and he kills them all with the Vandal that he stole from the body. Now, all of that was started because MW jumped into the paranoia. MW jumping through instead of cancelling when he gets hit by the paranoia starts this chain reaction that has them lose the round. Okay. But Furia's ult economy should allow them to win this round. And, so the answer here to the B hit is that Sender's going to ult it. Well, that's definitely going to change things a little. It looks a little dodgy from these guys again, from Runner and Kicks. Runner and Kicks put pressure over towards A, help Destrian get put up towards Rubble, but then they're slow to get back over towards B. If it had been a quick B hit, if Sender had been pressured inside that pit, I'm not sure they would have had the timing. Seekers, nade. The Seekers tell them they're playing off-site, which is fantastic. MW ults. I don't know that MW needed to ult here. They didn't need the pick. Good shot from Runner. I would have preferred it if MW saved that ult to stop the retake from coming through. But they're going to use the lockdown to try to stop the retake. Unfortunately, it's going to get killed. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, they decide not to kill the lockdown to give them some false sense of security. Liazi and Khalil ready to fight this. Khalil turns the flash. Turns the second flash. Havoc went for a flank. Only Conan left, though. Oh my god. Oh my god. Destrian has time as well. Ooh.
Oh my word, Pavlos. And once again, another very technical from Vitality.
I'm going to go back a little bit here. How did Runner die? So Khalil popped his nanoswarms. Oh my god. Runner ults into sight and dies to the nanoswarm. Khalil pops one on the plant and it kills Runner as he's pathing with the showstopper to try to kill Conan. He took all of the decay damage from the Viper's pit and then died to the nano. That's tragic. I would like to see Sender move to Sentinel, potentially, and then have Safe play Viper. Because I think Safe is going to be able to be very active with Viper in a way that will allow him to impact the game super heavily. You know, like the King Viper or something, or like watching Les play Viper or some shit like that. I feel like Safe might be able to dominate on Viper in a way that he just can't on Sentinel, even though he's really good on it. He doesn't want to be active? That's not true. He doesn't want to be the primary duelist. He never said, I like to play passively. He said he likes to support his teammates. You can support your teammates quite well with Viper.
And Furia know this. Very aware, especially with that bot. Alarming. MW's there on the flank.
It is good that they got rid of King, yeah.
They want to push, you want to use their numbers advantage to at least shut down one of these players, but they cannot do it. And if I start Furia to get in from behind, that is going to be the pistol round for Furia.
Come on, Furia. Finish this map so that we can see Vitality play on Ascent. Is that your Genji bias showing? Okay. I would love to see Chobra watch that Genji game and try to excuse what they were doing.
Great coordination of utility. Can they stick it? Oh, safe. Beautifully done. And Runner's effort back up.
There's no way Vitality are winning this. Oh, they're winning this. Oh, they're winning this. Oh, they're winning. No, Vitality, please. I want to see you guys play on Ascent. Have some mercy. Oh, good timing with the boombot. But there's just too many people peeking from too many angles. Have the team that won Pistol lost the second round every time? Vitality won Pistol and lost Eco twice. Furia just did it. And there've only been 4 pistols. So I guess only one time Vitality won the pistol and the follow-up? They haven't broken any of this Killjoy setup. Oh, what is that kill from Safe?
Goodness sake.
How does he peek into 2 and get that?
Liazzi needs to get out of it.
Liazzi sees them. But this is nice from Vitality. They've just pushed Liazzi away. And now they can go back into the rehit on A with Seekers.
Even if they just set off utility, they're doing their
They've
job.
forced out both snake bites from Conan. So the rehit on A is going to be really decent here. I'd like to see them open the door, though. Because, again, they've wasted both Seekers, so now opening the door seems really valid. But, okay, they decide to just follow the path of least resistance where the Seekers are.
But capable of
Destrian with a whiff.
2 kills. And now Furia are actually in this, ahead in this round. Vitality
Definitely some rounds where Destrian looks like
parted, but they
a weak link for this team.
even out the scales.
And it's a very aggressive push through Waterfall here. Kicks good for 1, but Havoc's there.
I wasn't expecting to say that.
Look how far away the Viper is from this fight.
Yeah, Furia trying to enter from 3 different positions. I don't know if that's the right decision to make, but Vitality have to...
The turret here is so nice in the post plant.
Good against 2. Grabs the first one. Not
Kicks with a wide swing, and Safe manages to get a kill on Khalil as well, and pops the nanoswarm.
Havoc. Touching
The plant is not very good for Kicks here.
Guiding light available, but he needs Vitality to give him a little bit of something. Safe.
God, Safe is just playing with him.
Frustrating him. Havoc has to push.
Go, and Kicks goes for another wide swing.
Allowing his team to get
Dealing
on.
with both of those players by just swinging out wide and relying on them with him.
Half of the series.
You could also
This looks like an anti-lockdown setup from Furia, where they're going to try and fight whenever you use the lockdown. But they decide not to engage with lockdown. They're in with Showstopper and Dog.
hunt Liazzi.
Ooh,
No kill, but Runner does get the sight for them. They're kind of slow to get the spike in, though, because the spike is on Kicks, who was using his Dog. So this is going to be a late plant here, which allows the defenders to try to get in, but the paranoia is quite nice there from Destrian to still keep them back.
time to do it and how Vitality would try and deal
Here's the counter ult from MW. Immediately responded by a lockdown. Oh, God, that's a whiff from Kicks.
Destrian, though, keeping close. And the fact that
The lockdown almost catches
Furia
MW.
out of the sight just buys time for Vitality to win
Cosmic
this round.
Divide.
Looking to take this round by force. Furia aren't going to take any chances.
The pull as well allows MW to spray down 2. This is going to be tough.
Sender still alive, and the
How are Safe and Sender going to fight this? Oh, my God.
Sender at the back of the site.
Sender's just owned it. He's just run through like the heavy weapons guy.
Sender, the last kill.
I am the Supermensch. Wait, no, that's a medic voice line, isn't it? I can't remember any heavy voice lines anymore. Who's IGLing the team? I don't know. I would assume that in that case, Crashies would move over to IGLing, and Marv and Ethan would do some mid-rounding. Whoa, that's aggressive from Runner. That is very aggressive from Runner.
Currently 7:35 and about to head to work. I never have breakfast, but an egg before work won't hurt, I guess.
With watering down Vitality's attack.
An egg before work won't hurt. Fucking hell, I thought you were actually talking about eating an egg. You're talking about me. Insta-lunch, thank you for the 52 months.
Especially because there is room for them to pick up rifles.
Oh, Crashies was doing a lot of mid-rounding. Crashies has always been a mid-round player. Oh, well, maybe not always. I mean, maybe not when he first started playing, but for a long, long time, Crashies has been a very vocal mid-round player. But there's a difference between being a mid-rounder and being a... like a mid-rounder and a secondary caller and being a primary IGL. There's a pretty big difference. So that would still be challenge.
Oh, Vandal picked up just in time for Liazzi. Oh no, Conan goes a bit too far. And all of a
Who'd be the
sudden,
sentinel in that team?
a weapon here, Liazzi.
I assume it would be Victor.
Players down.
Safe, accurate, Khalil makes the sheriff happen and
Spike
upgrades.
down A.
Ooh, he's quick, he's feeling it. But it's a 2v1,
30 seconds left.
and numbers favor Vitality.
Good
in
double
this
face
one.
by Runner and Sender
2
there.
rounds elude them.
A Sky.
To respond to this.
Double smokes with only one Sky can be a pretty challenging. And I think MW should have been able to get more opportunities than he did
Looks like they may be hitting
on when MW was defending. Just being able to pick people off. Anyway, here, let me focus on this round for a second, because there's going to be massive ultimates used here. MW immediately ults to try to isolate Runner.
And there's no follow-up for Vitality.
That's
They
a
can stop in the
major kill for MW to get. They can try to pivot here with the Seekers.
Slowly pushing forward, trying to find a little bit of control to make up for the death of Runner. That being said,
But Sender's got to be very cautious here about where he ults, because if he gets forced out by the lockdown, he's going to be in a sad position. Ooh, Khalil cannot afford to die. He's dancing with death there. Defensive. Okay. That Viper's Pit seems fairly decent.
We'll definitely try and challenge this. He's in close proximity, and he's got friends that can help.
Sender's going to try and keep this one up.
Vitality, patient, waiting down the lockdown, but that would also mean that
He's going to deliberately get detained here to keep the pit up because the rest of his team can come in and help him. God, the counter pit as well. There's so many ults happening this round. And the Seeker's already got used by Kicks. The spray down is just devastating, though. Absolutely devastating.
There's not many players for them to secure it. Sender, waiting for Khalil. A gift.
That's a big kill, though. That is a big kill. Wait, this round could still be winnable.
And especially with Destrian there, there's a Sender. They can fight this one together.
They find that final player. Shorty, though, onto Sender. Traded by
Destrian in a 1v2. Doesn't have a paranoia. No utility for the other two.
How do you tackle this one? Patiently waiting. Two players.
Oh!
Destrian! A double kill!
What is that?
Vitality, match, and series points.
Okay, Destrian has now had 2 ridiculous rounds. He's certainly still had some rounds where he looks a bit weak, but he's had 2 ridiculous rounds.
That looked like it was almost a done deal.
I feel like I've seen
God damn.
This just gave me big deja vu
One on
vibes.
attack, one on defense, where he's just straight up won around for his team. What is that? I mean, Runner's just set up for a really basic showstopper dog engage into C. Here comes the dog. Here comes the showstopper. Ooh, the ult misses. His pathing wasn't great for being able to follow up on Liazi. Destrian feels like he's a god after winning the 1v2 in the previous round. Swings through into 92,000 people when the rest of his team is smoked off.
And Furia definitely wanting to punish this one. They're going to actually push right after this. They're not going to let them calm down at all. Just waiting for Safe to peek. There maybe Kicks as well. But if someone oversteps, if someone overpeaks, that could be the end of them.
I don't like this from MW, really. Oh, if MW dies, okay. He gets 1, though. That's fine. 4v2 is still easy for Furia to clean up. Oh! There's no way. There's no way. There's no way! There's no way!
The victory goes to Vitality.
There's no way that they just decided to swing out through the smoke, caught nobody with the flash, and just brute force their way through all of those aim duels. Kicks didn't even need to kill those final 2 players because the other guy had already gotten the spike and was out to make out like a bandit with it. I gotta watch that again. That is fucking... What a wild way to close out the map. Destrian's 1v2 into a 2v4. So, Sender just swings and deletes Liazi. And Liazi whiffs a bit. But then Kicks kills Havoc as well. So they both just win their duels. Suddenly it's a 2v2. Khalil tries to trade but walks into the snake bite. And gets killed because he's vulnerable. And then Conan's the last player left alive and he only had a sheriff in this round because the eco got hurt because Destrian won a 1v2. Oh my god. Dude, Kicks and Runner look so good. Because the thing is, Kicks pulls off an insane play here, but Kicks is also playing really well in almost every other round. The utility is good, the fragging is good, his aggression is good, but he's also disciplined, he's not throwing away his life. Kicks and Runner look so good, man. And Sender's fragging is always clean. Safe's playing fantastically, and Destrian's been good for some massive rounds.